God. Let's talk about a scandal that's about to blow the lid off everything we thought we knew about Allison Holker. And trust me, it's ugly with a capital U. Listen up, because this is absolutely wild. Allison has just been caught red-handed in what might be the biggest celebrity scandal of the year. A new audio clip has leaked, and when I tell you it's not looking good for her, that's the understatement of the century. This woman has apparently been lying through her teeth and, brace yourselves, she's been accused of scamming Twitch's family out of a whole bunch of money. I cannot even begin to process this level of audacity. And Twitch's mom? Oh, honey, she is absolutely fuming. She's coming for Allison's neck with some serious accusations that are making everyone's jaws drop. The tea is that Allison has been going around spreading stories about Twitch having all these addiction issues, all while trying to profit off his name. The absolute nerve of this woman. Can you believe the disrespect? But wait, because it gets even more twisted. She actually had the audacity to force his family to sign these super shady secretive NDAs just to attend his funeral and see his body. Like, who does that? What kind of person makes a grieving mother sign paperwork just to say goodbye to her own son? I am literally shaking with anger just telling you this. The drama really exploded after Allison dropped this tell-all book about Twitch, where she just dragged his name through the mud, spilling all this tea about supposed addiction issues. And as if that wasn't enough, she went on this whole interview spree, just airing out all these alleged details about his struggles. Girl, his family saw right through that mess and they are not having it. They came forward, guns blazing, exposing all her lies and manipulation tactics. And let me spill some more tea. People were already giving Allison the major side-eye long before this audio leaked. The way she handled Twitch's passing was beyond sketchy. Like, who posts about their deceased husband on social media just days after his death like it's business as usual? The math ain't mathing, honey. But his family, they're not about to let her get away with any of this nonsense. They are dragging her for filth, and this leaked audio might just be the final nail in her coffin. Now, let me give you some background because this story has layers, honey. Steven Twitch Boss wasn't just any celebrity. This man was a straight-up legend in the dance and entertainment world. When I tell you he radiated talent, charisma, and positivity like nobody's business, I mean he literally lit up every room he walked into. His journey to stardom? Iconic. It all started when he absolutely slayed on So You Think You Can Dance, where his incredible moves and that magnetic personality had everyone falling head over heels. That show wasn't just his big break, it's where he met Allison Holker, another dancer who supposedly shared his passion. Their love story became this whole fairy tale thing that had everyone believing in true love again. If we only knew then what we know now. Twitch later returned to the show as a judge, solidifying his spot as dance royalty. But honey, he didn't stop there. This man took his talents to the Ellen DeGeneres show, where he became this amazing DJ and co-executive producer, bringing his incredible energy to millions of viewers every single day. And then he and Allison became these super popular TikTok influencers, serving up these adorable dance videos that had everyone double tapping and sharing. For almost a decade, their marriage looked absolutely perfect. We're talking serious number couple goals material. They were together for 13 years, married for 9 of those, raising 3 beautiful children in what seemed like this perfect fairy tale life. But y'all, the reality behind those picture-perfect Instagram posts? It was darker than anyone could have imagined. Despite all those megawatt smiles and that uplifting presence that made him so special, Twitch was fighting battles that nobody, and I mean nobody, knew about. He kept these struggles so private that even his closest people had no clue what was going on. And then, that devastating day came that shocked the entire world. He was found in a hotel room, gone by suicide from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Everyone was absolutely devastated. His family, friends, fans. Nobody could understand how someone who brought so much light could be hurting so deeply. Allison, who was supposed to be his closest person, his ride or die, his wife, later told People magazine that there were no warning signs, nothing to indicate what he was going through. Like, really, girl?
And I think that's the confusion that I've always been left with, because I'm not gonna have closure, my kids aren't gonna have closure, because it's very confusing when you think everything's wonderful. But then you look back and you're like, oh, maybe that was a sign. But that's also still something I'm still trying to process and understand myself, which is why therapy is wonderful. But for real, it's interesting because there were no signs.
Now fast forward 2 years, and this is where things get really messy. Allison starts this press tour for her memoir, This Far, and starts dropping these shocking bombshells about Twitch that had everyone's jaws on the floor. In her book and these attention-seeking interviews, she starts sharing these deeply personal details that no one saw coming. And honestly, the timing is suspicious AF. She talks about this supposedly heartbreaking discovery she made while preparing for his funeral. According to her story, she and a friend were going through his closet, trying to pick out the perfect outfit to honor him, when they found something that just stopped them in their tracks. Shoeboxes filled with various substances, including mushrooms, pills, and other narcotics. Like, girl, the timing of this revelation, I'm giving it the biggest side eye. Allison claimed this discovery just shattered her world because she had no idea her husband was struggling with addiction. She said finding this helped her understand what he'd been going through, forcing her to face the reality that Twitch was dealing with way more than anyone realized. But honey, the receipts are about to come out.
I flew. So it was a really scary moment in my life to figure that out. But it also helped me process that he was going through so much.
But hold on to your wigs because this story takes an even darker turn. Allison claims she found Twitch's personal journal and what was inside. She says there were absolutely heartbreaking entries about trauma, including being essayed as a child. According to her, these entries helped her understand this massive weight of pain that Twitch had been carrying in silence for years. She tried to paint this picture of him self-medicating to deal with all these unresolved feelings, claiming he kept quiet because he didn't want to burden anyone. She's out here trying to make it seem like Twitch was this tortured soul protecting everyone else while suffering alone. But Chile, the lies are starting to unravel. This whole revelation has sparked major controversy, and for good reason. Critics are coming for Allison's neck, saying that sharing these super private details about Twitch, especially without his consent, is just wrong on so many levels. They're pointing out how Twitch never gave any public hints about these struggles, and many believe this isn't how he would have wanted to be remembered. The disrespect is just astronomical, and here's where Allison's story starts falling apart faster than a house of cards in a hurricane. According to official reports, no substances were found in Twitch's system when he died. So now everyone's looking at her claims about self-medicating like, girl, what are you trying to pull? The math ain't mathing, the stories ain't adding up, and people are starting to see through the facade. People have been watching Allison's every move since Twitch passed, and let me tell you, her behavior has been raising more red flags than a parade. Just 2 days after his death, she changed her Instagram name faster than you can say clout chaser. Then she sells the family home quicker than a flash sale, and now she's already been spotted with a new man. The timing of all this has people absolutely heated, and rightfully so. And Twitch's family? Oh honey, they are coming for Allison with receipts. His cousin Eleanor went completely off on Twitter, spilling all the piping hot tea. She wrote, and let me quote this because it's too good to paraphrase, "I don't give an F about an NDA this crazy woman made me and his actual family, including sign an NDA just to even attend the funeral. She's been trying to tarnish his legacy and refuses to let the boss family see the children only to exploit and lie on my cousin, hell no." The way I gasped when I read that. Twitch's brother, Dre Rose, wasn't about to stay silent either. He dropped this bomb on Instagram, exposing all the drama that's been happening behind the scenes. He called out how they've been treated, especially their mom, and how Allison's been keeping the kids away from their grandmother and the rest of the family. The pain in his words? You could feel it through the screen, and it's absolutely heartbreaking. He wrote this emotional message about how they've watched Allison's actions just completely destroy any chance of healing and unity. The way she's handled everything, especially with the kids, it's giving toxic control freak. He spilled about how she's basically using the children as weapons in this whole mess, and how their attempts to fix things have just hit wall after wall of silence. The audacity of this woman knows no bounds. But hold on to your seats, because the tea gets even hotter. Courtney Ann Platt, who was friends with both Twitch and Allison, came through with the receipts. She went on Instagram and absolutely demolished Allison's whole book tour situation. Called it the most tacky, classless, opportunistic act she's ever seen in her life. And honestly, where is the lie? She brought up how everyone had to sign these weird NDAs for the funeral, even Twitch's own mother, and then spilled this scorching hot tea about how Allison wouldn't even have had Twitch as a husband if it wasn't for his mom. The shade of it all. She called out how Allison dropped the boss name from her social media just 48 hours after Twitch passed, while she's out here living her best life on every red carpet she can find. The disrespect is just astronomical. Then Manny Cross, another close friend, came through with even more tea that had everyone's wigs snatched. He straight up accused Allison of lying about Twitch being an addict, saying she's the one who was actually involved with certain substances. He even threatened to expose their last conversation and dropped these bomb questions about why she made everyone sign NDAs just to attend the funeral. The plot thickens, honey. Allison tried to defend herself with this long, drawn-out Instagram story, claiming the book was meant to help people and that she's donating proceeds to mental health organizations. But girl, we can see right through that PR stunt. She tried to say that if Twitch could choose, he'd want his story told if it meant saving lives. The manipulation is just, I can't even. But the final nail in this coffin? Twitch's mama, Connie Boss Alexander, finally broke her silence. And when I tell you she came through with fire, she posted this powerful message defending her son's legacy, saying how appalled their family is by all these misleading and hurtful claims about Twitch. She's been quiet for 2 years, trying to stay connected to her grandkids, but these lies about her baby, that was the final straw that broke the camel's back. And just when you thought this couldn't get any messier, there's supposedly this last voicemail from Twitch to his brother that could blow this whole thing wide open. According to family insiders, it proves things weren't all sunshine and roses between Twitch and Allison. There are claims that Twitch thought Allison was with him for clout, not love, and was actually planning to divorce her before his tragic passing. The tea is scalding. This whole situation is just absolutely wild, and honestly, it's heartbreaking to see someone's legacy being torn apart like this for profit. The way Allison's handling everything, keeping the kids from their family and possibly lying about Twitch for money, it's giving desperate and messy, and the truth is finally starting to come to light. Let me know in the comments what y'all think about all this drama. Are you Team Allison or Team Boss Family? Do you believe her stories, or are you seeing through the facade? Drop your thoughts below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and notification bell to stay updated on all the latest developments in this shocking story. Trust me, this tea is far from over, and you won't want to miss what happens next.